Hello, welcome to the match reaction here on Latte Ferb. Arsenal have beaten Sunderland by 3-0 on a wet and cold February Saturday. 3 p.m. kickoff under the lights. And what a glorious way to go into Super Sunday tomorrow, where Manchester City go to Anfield to play Liverpool. 2 goals from second half substitute Viktor Gyokeres and a Galazzo from Martin Zubimendi late in that first half gave us 3 points and a clean sheet and a boost to the goal difference. What is there not to like? Welcome to the show. It is great to be here. I hope you have had a fabulous day. Hope you've enjoyed the game. And we're going to dissect the performance, the lineup, what it means for Arsenal. We're going to look ahead to tomorrow. Dare we dream? I don't know. I'm on time. That's another record. And by the way, just before I start, can I just say a massive thank you to all of our Patreon members and channel members. You've been such amazing support for the channel. And it was a pleasure to be able to meet Paul and Leon, and especially Lay today. Lay very kindly baking me some lovely cookies, which I'm going to enjoy while I watch Match of the Day tonight. So 3 Patreon members getting tickets, all at face value as well. Really, really proud about that. Such a great community that we've got there. Welcome to you guys. Welcome to everybody watching as well. Please do drop a like on the channel, and if you are enjoying the content for the first time, subscribe. Why not? There's loads more content like this to come. The chat has gone wild. I cannot guarantee that I'm going to go through all the messages. I'm going to try my best. Obviously, if you give me any sort of super chats, they will always be featured. So thank you in advance. Let's go straight there. Jeffrey, first in the house. Good evening, Gooners. Incredible results. Sending lots of love. Yeah, it wasn't the most incredible performance, but listen, at this stage of the season, you just want to rack up the points on the board. And today was just about winning, trying to get the 3 points over Sunderland, who have been impressive this season. I know they've been difficult at home, certainly getting the draw against us with that injury time equaliser from Robbie. They've not been so great on the road, and Granit Xhaka, of course, missing today, but they can cause teams trouble. And they came here, and I thought it'd be a difficult game. And in the end, it wasn't, but we've got the 3 points against a pretty tough and impressive team. Saka is good. Love that performance. Let's keep this going during the next 3 massive road games in a row in the Premier League. Yeah, listen, people are beginning to get excited, right? Brentford, Wolves, the North London derby. We could finish this month in a very, very good place. V Vlad says, good evening, FK and chat. Big win for us. Happy for Victor. Come on, you Gunners. Victor. Oh, yes. I'm getting excited now. It's all coming back. That picture is so elite. Martinelli and Gyokeres in the celebrations. So good to see Victor coming off the bench and netting twice, isn't it? Isn't it? And Martinelli as well. I mean, he's like the youngest son, the little brother that we've got, the youngest brother, if you imagine a family with lots of siblings, if you will. He's just so lovable. He just comes on and does it. That's his role in the team. He's lovable. He works hard. I just want to keep him, and I love to see performances like that from Martinelli today. Pazza, welcome to the show. I'm trying to keep my feet on the ground, but the lads have me dreaming, I think you mean to say. I believe from the start of the season that we would win the league or be mighty close. But in all 4 competitions, indeed, I know. Paul James, welcome. Good evening. Another very professional performance with 3 open play goals. Great atmosphere in the Emirates today, and we edge closer to that Premier League title. Oh, say it. Just say it. Oase, welcome. What a great atmosphere. Ever since Arteta's comments after the United game, it feels different. Less groaning, and fans are playing with the players, making it more hostile for the opponent. Was that defeat, those mistakes on that day against United, maybe a bit of a weird blessing where we've had to sort of reset, recalibrate, refocus, and just go again? I thought the boys looked very, very determined today and very, very focused. Brilliant. Always goes on to say 13 to go. Feels so close, but yet so far. Umair, welcome, says hello, FK in chat. What a win. What a team. I love this football club. Jizzle McDizzle here. So happy that Gyokeres is coming good for us. He's taken pelters since pretty much day one, and he's just gotten on with it. P.S. You'll never walk alone. Arsenal FC. What do you have for us? Arnie Slot. La, 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 la. Arnie Slot. Yeah, say it after me. We're looking forward to it tomorrow. Trevor Bibbins is here. Evening to all the Gunners in the house. Good evening, FK. The heat is on with 9 points clear. Can Manchester City take the heat? Who knows? Less foggy and go, says Rancid AFC. A very good evening indeed, says Rob. It is. Pazza wants to hear everyone's predictions for Viktor Gyokeres' season goals. Get involved in the chat. Let him know what you think. He also goes and says, FK, I love your ability to stay level, but feck it. Risk it. And telling us all what you're secretly dreaming is possible. Determined to catch you live tonight. I'm dreaming of all 4. the little boy in me is dreaming, craving, desperately hoping that we win the league title because I've been there before. I know what it means. I know what it means to be celebrating on the streets of Islington. I know what it means to be following that bus around and doing the trophy parade. It's been a long time, too long for a club of our size, our magnitude, Paz. And I just wish so desperately that some of our younger fans can experience what we did in my sort of teens and early 20s, the glorious years under Arsene Wenger, and I hope we're on the cusp of a new era under Mikel Arteta. It's going to be fabulous. I feel it. I really feel it. Pazzy goes on to say, admire so many of you in the chat who make it to these live on the regular. I'm always on catch up, but never miss a show altogether. Thank you so much. Really love it. He comes from Sweden. Indeed, he does. Jonathan, welcome. I hope that was the right tune. My head's gone tonight. Every time Gyokeres scores, he brings a bigger smile to my face. You and me both, Adam. You and me both. Dave, welcome to the show. Boom, 9 points clear and hopefully a successful hate watch tomorrow. King Kai has unlocked the Gyok. Listen, Kai Havertz, where have you been? Where have you been all our season, all our lives? He really does look like he's unlocked the sort of middle penetration, the middle vertical play. We're breaking the lines. He's causing disruption. He's running in behind. He's running the channels. I love it. And he's developing a bit of a relationship with Viktor Gyokeres. I love that as well. Indeed. John's just singing. He's just singing. There he is. Melissa, welcome to the show. Evening, FK. Evening, Gooners. Victor. Oh, yes. Karen's here as well. Good evening to you, my friend. Hope you've had a lovely day. Tanvir, good evening, family. Raphael's here. Robert's here. Ford is here. Let's go. Big Gyok. Oh, people are coming round to it. Oh, yes. I love it. What a day. What a feeling, honestly. We went into the late night lounge last night, the match preview, and we were all thinking about how it was going to be a difficult game. Sunderland had been really impressive under Régis Le Bris, and they came to the Emirates today, and I thought they'd maybe sort of go with the sort of ugly, deep, low block, but they weren't as deep as maybe I feared. And in the end, after a sort of sluggish first half hour, we broke the deadlock, and then second half we were comfortable. We could have scored 4 or 5, actually, to be fair. But there we are. Henke, welcome. Another day, another game, another win. Let's fucking go, FK. Indeed. Indeed. Pazzo the cat's getting carried away, isn't he? Look at that. Beautiful. I take it, though. I take it. Welcome to everybody watching. It's such a warm and fun vibe. The Ox in the Box is hitting the form right when we need it. I did say. I told you guys. Oh, my God. How did I not? How did I? Nawaz, brother, welcome to the show. Everyone's doing it as well. Listen, keep the vibes coming. Really, really positive. I'm miles behind in the chat. I will obviously feature as many of you guys as I can. All of our super chats will be featured as well. So thank you so much in advance for any of those. Right, let's start with the lineups. As we always do, these were the starting lineups courtesy of PremierLeague.com. As expected, Sunderland without Granit Xhaka. They played 4 at the back, packed their midfield with 5, with Brobby up front on his own, who was a real handful and was a handful at the Stadium of Light, to be fair. Arsenal making changes. David Raya coming straight back into goal after Kepa's heroics in the return leg of the Carabao. Ricky Calafiori coming in at left back. And we'll talk about Calafiori later. If I'm nitpicking, not the best performance from him. Gabi Magalhaes and William Saliba, centre-backs. Obviously, the centre-back pairing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if we win that league title, how these two would celebrate? Let's not get carried away. And Jurien Timber, who just seems to be playing every game, every minute of every game. You know, I'm a little bit nervous about the load that he's carrying. You know, Ben White, he's right there. He's on the bench. He could have played today. But Timber, again, brilliant. And again, I was sort of saying to my fellow North bankers, Timber's the one. He's the one who orchestrates all the set pieces at corners. He's the one barking instructions and telling people where to go and what to do. He might just be the set piece coach. Maybe we've been playing, you know, Nico Yova too much attention. In midfield, Declan Rice, Zubimendi, surprise, surprise, and Kai Havertz. No Eberechi Eze, no Martin Odegaard. Obviously, Odegaard, he's recovering. But Eze, a little bit disappointed he didn't start. But I got to say, on the plus point, I thought he did really well when he came on, moving the ball very quickly, getting shots away on target as well. Very, very pleased. Shots on goal. Leo Trossard playing on the left-hand side with Gabi Jesus starting and Noni Madueke on the right-hand side. Not one of Jesus' best games. Frustratingly offside on a few occasions when he was so high up the pitch, which is weird. Physically not quite the same player that he has been over the last sort of 2-3 years. So yeah, I was surprised that Gyokeres was rested, but then of course, you know, the benefit of that is that he comes on against a team that's been running for 60 minutes against the likes of Jesus, Trossard and Havertz and Madueke, and Gyokeres really benefited from that. I think Gyokeres is going to enjoy coming off the bench and scoring and playing against sort of tired defenders. So, yeah, look, some changes there. I wished for more changes. I thought Ben White would play. I thought Eze would play. I thought Piero Hincapié was a little bit hard done by because he was brilliant against Chelsea, managing Liam Delap and, of course, Esteval when he came on. But Ricky Calafiori is so good in the build-up. So, it kind of made sense as to why he was in the team. Greg, what up from Philly, Latte fam? Gyokeres is firing, baby, indeed. Sideshow_C says, evening FK, great win today. Liverpool, Arsenal, locking in for tomorrow. Jizzle McDizzle's just still doing the mask. Victor, Mikey. Victor. Oh, yes. Tony says, imagine if we win the title while Spurs get relegated. I mean, that was the early kickoff today, wasn't it? Spurs away at Old Trafford, taking on Manchester United, and Romero getting sent off for what was a very clumsy challenge. So many red cards. He's actually banned for 4 games, and now he misses the North London derby. And listen, joke all you want about Romero and how not great he is. He's important to them, and he is their club captain. So very pleased that he's going to miss the North London derby. Certainly an advantage to us. Mike Jones says Martinelli's been super impactful lately. That's what I mean. Martinelli's like this lovable young sibling, young child that we have, that we're just sort of keeping him in the squad, and he's just got a really good role to play. Ash, welcome to the show. The goal machine is warming up, says Mikey. That's right. Victor. Ryan Arsenal 5342 says, big up everyone. Welcome to you. Pazza says he took my son to Parker training, so was listening on the radio. Couldn't help but scream when Vic scored. Beautiful. Qual. All right, sickos, we are so back. I love this team. Come on, you Gunners. I love it. Yembele versus Gyokeres round 3. That is to come. Indeed. Can I just tell you a secret? Yembele didn't go to the game today. I'm going to embarrass him here. He traded his ticket to his Pokemon dealer. That's all I'm going to say. Rob says, FK, the win and the goals aside, what was your favourite moment of today? Mine was the Zubimendi Marino goal celebration. To be fair, I missed the celebration because I was in the stadium and I sit North Bank lower, and obviously he did it at the other end. There is a slide coming up with it. I've seen the picture. My favourite moment, though, has to be Viktor Gyokeres, man, just scoring that second goal. First touch was a bit clumsy. Second touch was just smashing the ball into the net. And then, of course, the mask. Mate, honestly, 2-0. That was probably the best moment because at that moment I could really breathe a sense of joy and, okay, we got this game. So that was my favourite moment. What do you guys think, chat? Let me know what you think. He's scoring the goals with the cannon on his chest. Evening to Christoph. Victory is ours. The ox in the box. Hannah Varsel is here. My brother FK, just want to say you've always been class with me and always check in. Absolute class, brother. Wishing you all the success in the world. The fogging wheels fall off Latte firm. Till the fogging wheels fall off Latte firm. Hannah Varsel, man, you've been fantastic to this channel. Honestly, you're always in the chat. You've been supporting me. Ever since I can remember, from last summer, the daily shows to all the match reactions, you're always here. If you're not commenting, I know you're in the background. You're also in our Patreon community chat as well. I'm so grateful, man. And can't wait to meet you in person one day. You are destined for greatness as well. I know that. Lots of people loving Hand of Arsenal. We have a super chat, and it's from Sam. Sam, thank you so much for your generous donation to the channel. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a great day. I certainly have. He says, just sending some love on a beautiful day. Keep up all the great work, FK. And maybe a word on Trossard. He's really become really influential in the attack again. Hashtag my goat. Well, Sam, first of all, thank you for your generosity. It goes a very long way. You guys know how I refuse to work with betting companies, so every donation counts. On Leo Trossard, look, I think he's a really intelligent player, and I've been critical of Leo. You guys know this. Over a couple of seasons, I've been critical of Leo for saying things like, when he doesn't score, when he doesn't assist, he can often get sort of carried as a passenger. But now I feel like this season is just almost a different player. Like, he's still got the output. We still know he's an absolutely lethal finisher, and he will have so many clutch moments to come this season. But his connectivity with the forwards in the midfield is so much better. His ball retention, the ball sticks to him like glue, and he's so clever at delaying the pass and releasing the ball early. I love what I've seen from Leo Trossard. I got it horribly wrong in the summer when I was questioning that sort of, new contract deal for the same duration of time. And he's so worthy of winning this Premier League title. So there you go. Leo Trossard, I thought, really fantastic to see him. And Sam, once again, thank you so much for your very, very kind donation to the channel. Really, really appreciate it. What have we got here? There's a question here from Binny. Welcome, says, FK, would you be thrilled to win just the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup? I mean, obviously, I'm going to be delighted to win both of these trophies. I would never say the FA Cup is just the FA Cup. It's a big trophy, certainly to me. I grew up watching the FA Cup and Arsenal winning it so many times. The League Cup obviously is important with their 9 finals, but only ever won it twice. So we've got a statement to make there, I think, against City. And in the context of things, if we weren't to win the league from this sort of position, I'd be really gutted. Like, I don't think it's a certainty. I think there's a lot of football to play. I don't think with the betting companies who started paying out because they're totally abysmal businesses. But don't let the noise sway you. There's a lot of football to play, lots of twists and turns maybe to come. It's going to get tense as we go through the season. But I'll be disappointed if we didn't win the league from this position. I think we're in such a great position, don't you? So there's my answer to that. Stuart, welcome. Let's fucking go. And by the way, can I shout out to Patrick as well, who stopped me outside the gents' toilets today on the concourse. Patrick, shout out to you, brother. You looked very happy whilst you were sipping your beer. And it was very, very kind of you to say hello and to stop me whilst I was on my way back to my seat. Vamos! 433 shouts. Robert says, I love when we score, but I love when Gyokeres scores for us. What a feeling. Indeed. I'm miles behind in the chat, aren't I? I'm so sorry. Let me just catch up. But hi from the US, says Uni360. DJ D10, welcome. That offside when we should have gotten the penalty. Jesus was standing in the middle lane. Surely that can't be offside, correct? Yeah, Jesus ran away after we'd scored the first goal from Zubimendi and, of course, was hauled down. But the ref pointed to the spot. We all thought it was a penalty. We all started celebrating. And then, of course, VAR pulls it back. And he was offside. I have got to see the replay before I comment on why and what sort of happened. Welcome to Malcolm. 32 Kwame says, maybe coming off the bench is what works for Gyokeres, just like Martinelli. Look, I've said it again for any sort of first-timers tonight. Viktor Gyokeres carried Arsenal in that first 6 months of the season. That's a lot of weight to carry. Played every game, every minute. And he was settling in. He was acclimatizing. He was getting used to his new teammates and new system and new manager and developing familiarities with players. And no surprise that when you sort of carry so much burden and there's so much expectation and pressure that you get a rest and you come on as a sub and you're going to start bagging in goals. We know he's a great finisher. He's still got a lot of football to play this season. And I think he's going to end up having a really positive influence on this team. Thomas just coming back on Spurs. West Ham are only 6 points behind Spurs. If Spurs get relegated, could you imagine? Oh, yeah, I know. Big up hand of Arsenal. Right, where were we? We were talking about the lineup. So, look, changes, maybe not the changes that I'd have made. Christian Norgard as well. I thought, maybe that this was the fixture that he could come in. I certainly hope. I love Norgard. I hope he doesn't play him against Brentford, though. I don't want any sort of emotional nonsense on the day. I was actually really pleased that Granit Xhaka wasn't playing today. Obviously came home and had a very nice embrace with Arteta at full time. But I was pleased he wasn't on the pitch. I think little things like that can just, change the dynamic, maybe change your sort of concentration, your mentality. I just don't want him to go back to Brentford, and I don't want him to have that sort of pressure on him. Just keep him out. That's how I feel. Eddie's come back on Leo, saying Leo suits the team so well. His two-footed play. That's another great point. Nice one, Eddie. And his close controller so essentially drifts all over, and the players trust him. And he's got that connectivity with Viktor Gyokeres. I think he works really well. Big up FK. A huge win, like I predicted on the TikTok live stream last night. Yes, we are on TikTok. TikTok/latte.firm or whatever it's called. Just go to TikTok, search Latte Firm. I don't know what I'm doing on that platform today. I thought I was taking a video of the North London Forever sort of song pre-kickoff. I actually realized I went live by mistake. So I will figure it out. It is good fun, and there are lots of videos on TikTok, so do check it out if you are on there. Right, let's move away from the team lineups and let's talk about the game itself. I think the overall headline is, look, we all went into today's game thinking, right, 3 p.m. kickoff, a 2 or 3-0 exactly is exactly what we want. And it's exactly what we got. And it's what we needed, I think. Like, there's been so much football, and we've been talking about so many games being emotionally draining, physically demanding, mentally quite draining, I guess. And they've always been sort of roller coaster emotions. Today was really calm. Like, the first half hour wasn't the best. We were knocking on the door. I was really pleased to see some variety in our attacking play. Declan Rice almost scoring an absolute worldie, a long-range shot, which was great to see. Zubimendi, of course, breaking the deadlock with a long-range shot. You can see that just there as I hover over the pink pink shot there. The smaller the dot here, this is the shot map courtesy of Opta, our partners. The smaller the circle, the lower the XG. And so from that range to get a goal. And then Kai Havertz also straight from a goal kick, running, and then curling it beyond the far post. Really good to see the team, mixing it up a little bit. We try and force the issue too much. We're too determined to keep possession and go left to right, right to left, the whole sort of horseshoe. If you take a shot every now and again, you might get a corner, you might get it on target, you might just miss, and you waste 30 seconds. It's no big deal. I like it. The variety, it makes you unpredictable. But yeah, overall, 3-0, really comfortable. XG of only 1.22. So we've massively overperformed our XG today, but we did have 16 shots on goal, 5 of those on target. 50-50 possession. Look, Sunderland are a decent team. They're 8th in the league. They've had a really good season. They've just come up, and Régis Le Bris's got them playing really, really good football. And Granit Xhaka obviously has been absolutely superb for them, but they've been much better at home than they have been away, and that showed again today. So stats-wise, cannot really complain. He leaned across the halfway line, says Dwayne. That's referring to Gabby Jesus. Thomas saying, yep, Jesus' upper body was offside. Danny saying, yep, is his entire upper body entirely unnecessarily to be offside in that position as well. Indeed. CGT Crossley says that, would you rather win the Carabao or see Spurs get relegated? Look, as amusing as it would be to see Spurs get relegated, I cannot put the fortunes of another team ahead of our pursuit of silverware. So, sorry if that upsets a number of you. I would much rather Arsenal win the League Cup and Spurs do fuck all in the background. Whether they get relegated or not doesn't mean anything to me. I'd actually quite miss the North London derbies. I'd miss the picking up, 3 points at home for certain every year and potentially 3 points away. So there we are. And if Spurs do get relegated, we will know that Thomas Frank is surely a silver member. And if that happens, Thomas Frank, I've got a gold season ticket, a gold membership for you. I'll upgrade it for you, my friend. The quad and the relegation in the same season, the scenes, Mikey, don't get carried away, brother. DJ D10 says that this is not how the offside rule was imagined, leaning the other way. This is just what the modern VAR has brought us, and it's just wrong. It's killing attackers for no reason. Got a personal show on TikTok. Yes, you did last night, Zachary God. I went live. There were about 3 people watching. But listen, you got to start small. This is how we started the YouTube channel. Look at us. Look at us. We're now, shy of 30,000 subs? It's fantastic. If you are watching for the first time, please do, of course, subscribe. Get involved. Match day reactions, late night lounges, match preview shows, daily grind shows. What's there not to like, eh? And me just making a mess on TikTok. Paul says, fans were excellent today. Didn't sense the anxiety through the television like we saw against Manchester United. I thought the fans were great today. It was a very calm sort of day. Mikel Arteta spoke before the game, didn't he? Get into the ground, 2:30, make it bounce, make it rock. It wasn't quite the rocking sort of carnival atmosphere, but it was one of passion and one of support and one of positivity. And that's really important. And the team gave us a great performance, and we saw lots to like in terms of determination and aggression and wanting to win. And we did exactly that. Zubi is a signing of the season. What a player he is, says Lay. Lay, thank you so much for the cookies. I've just mentioned you, gave you a shout out earlier, one of our Patreon members. She very kindly baked me some nice cookies that I'm going to enjoy whilst I watch Match of the Day. Let's talk about Zubimendi. What a goal. What a goal. First of all, this guy has now scored 6 goals and got 3 assists in all competitions for Arsenal this season. 3 of his goals have come at a 0-0 game state. So a goalless game state, 0-0. That's decisive. That's impactful. But Martin Zubimendi scoring our first goal, great technique, in off the post, rolled it into the side of the net. And that put us 1-0 up, and it's a great way to get us off and running. And he did the Mikel Merino celebration. Mikel, of course, there with his family, injured. His broken foot's going to keep him out for the vast majority of the remainder of the season. But great to see Zubimendi score from distance. Absolutely superb. Ranted says, what's TikTok? I only know Kit Kat. Actually looks a pretty decent chocolate bar. Both are elite, let me tell you. Really enjoyed Zubimendi doing the Merino celebration, says V Vlad. Yeah, lovely touch. Lovely gesture. Really gutted, actually, that Merino is going to miss the rest of the season. We've joked about what position is his best position, but we know he contributes, and he's the Spanish army knife that Mikel Arteta has gotten us to fall in love with, and it's just so gutting. Dizzy Rascal says, well said, FK, small-time mentality, worrying about tiny tots more than ourselves. Spurs fans doing the Poznan was shameful for them. And that technique, that is elite. He is him. What a finish. I'm going to go and watch that goal many, many times. By the way, hundreds of you watching live right now on YouTube. Please do subscribe and follow if you're enjoying it. Viktor Gyokeres, 2 goals, coming off the bench, coming on against a tiring defence, looked fresh, looked hard, looks ready. First goal, classic Viktor Gyokeres. First touch was a little bit lax, then smashed it into the goal. Second goal. Ooh, could you excuse me? I think our doorbell's gone. This is weird. Live content. There's no one at home. I need to get the door. Give me 2 minutes. Oh no, I think that's the keys in the door. Viktor Gyokeres getting the second goal. And this was a great goal, wasn't it? Martinelli racing away and getting the little assist to Viktor Gyokeres, passing it sideways, left-footed finish, and he was pushed onto the floor and slid into the ground and did the old mask in front of the North Bank lower. Absolutely tremendous. Really, really good to see him come off the bench. And just, he looked more comfortable. He looked more relaxed. He just looked happy. And that's what I like to see. And you know what? He's getting his goals. I think that's now 6 goals in 7 for Viktor Gyokeres since the turn of the year. Brilliant. How can you not be happy? I'm so pleased for him. Really pleased that he's getting the goals. Individual performance. No, do you know what? The doorbell is going again and again. So I'm going to go and get it. If you just excuse me, maybe go and make yourselves a cup of tea. I'll be right back. Honestly, unbelievable. Welcome back. Basically, we took a parcel for a neighbour. Wife's taken delivery of it in the week, obviously, and I don't know where she's put it. So I've had to run all around the house trying to find it, and I've got it. Sorry, my apologies. What were we talking about? Right, individual performances of note. This is what happens when you go live, right? Oh my God, I'm out of breath. Woo! Running up and down the stairs. It wasn't Yembele. It was not Yembele. I've had to open a shit ton of drawers and cupboards trying to find one parcel. And I found it. Thank you so much. Take your time, says Rofikov. Gyokeres is shutting me up. I love it. Yeah, lots of people have been talking about Victor and how he's not delivering and not hitting the heights. Manny says it's the strippergram again at the door. It's not. And I have been backing Gyokeres since day one. I need some hold music. That is, yeah, you're right. I need to do that. Some doorbell music like Arsblog. Nawaz, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Elite chat, says Rofikov. Yeah. I'm so sorry. And it's not Yembele, and it wasn't his Pokemon dealer either. Right. You guys, I don't think it's ever happened before, has it? I don't think it's ever happened before. A doorbell going live while I'm live. Sorry, it's a different knocking at the door. Oh man, wow, you guys in your creative minds. Well, look, I'm back now. It is I'm the one that knocks, says Nawaz. Oh my God, LinkedIn Liam at the door after my video went viral on TikTok. No, hopefully not. Right, let's talk about individual performances of note before we sort of wrap up and think about league title and match of the day. Ricky Calafiori coming into play at left back. Look, pleased that he came in. I thought it was a bit harsh on Piero Hincapié. I thought Hincapié was outstanding during the week. But Calafiori obviously helps us with our build-up. He's such a good footballer. When he played, though, today, I thought the first half he was quite rusty and quite sloppy, and his passing was a bit hit and miss, and he just didn't look right. So I'm just a little bit nervous about that. Came out the second half and played with a bit more purpose. Played okay, actually, in the second half, and Piero Hincapié did eventually come on. But yeah, just something to look out for with Ricky Calafiori. And I got to say, to the contrary, Eberechi Eze coming off the bench, and I thought he was wonderful. Eze, I thought it was really good to see him come off the bench. And I thought he was very good with the ball. He was manipulating the ball really well, trying to play forward, made some secondary runs into the box and had one shot that sort of went wide with his left foot. That was really great to see. And I want to see more of it. I want to see more of Eze. I wanted him to start today. I was surprised that he didn't, but Kai Havertz obviously got the nod. I want to see Eze start. And I don't know if Mikel Arteta's, playing this to perfection. Eze is obviously going to have a big role to play in the final sort of 3 months of this season. We know that at Crystal Palace, he always used to finish seasons very, very strong. Hopefully that's what Mikel is cooking up to perfection. But I liked what I saw from Ebbs coming off the bench. Good touch, good control, wanting the ball, showing for it, driving it forward, running into the box, taking a couple of shots. Yeah, really, really good. I know. Manny, tell me about it. Yeah. Take a breather. I know, honestly, but I just running around the house, upstairs, downstairs, in the kitchen. Crazy. Cala had a rough first half, says Robert. Yeah, I think so. Vlad says Calafiori struggled today, to be fair. Him and Noni were poor. Yeah, Noni Madueke. It was a chance, an opportunity for him to really grab the sort of, game by the scruff of the neck, but he tried to go past his man a few times. End product again, sort of 50 Shades of Noni. Yeah. Maybe not the best performance from him. Akib says, FK, what's your views on Captain Erdegaard? He hasn't been good for a while. Is it time we moved on from him? No. You're right. He hasn't been good for a while. I backed him when he was injured. I backed him when he became a father and had that sort of, terrible form. I still back him. I still love him as a player. I just think there's nothing wrong with giving him some weeks out. Obviously, when he's club captain, that makes it a little bit more difficult. At the moment, obviously, he's trying to recover from a strain. I think he's got a lot of football to play as well. And I think he's got a key role to play in the run-up to the end of the season. What do you guys think? Sheen says Calafiori had a bit of a shocker, to be fair. Yeah, gave away 2 chances, got a very poor yellow as well. That was a little bit nervous. Thomas says Eze is just getting used to our style. Indeed. Noni looks a little bit lost at times, I've got to say, Manny. Yeah, and Eze, he's improving, says Anajit. It's imperative that he finishes the season strong. We're going to need him to finish that season strong because if we want the win, the biggest honours, we need quality and talent like Eberechi Eze to shine. So where does it leave us? Well. Who'd have thought it? First up on the right-hand side, Viktor Gyokeres. Viktor Gyokeres has the most goals in all competitions in the Premier League, of all Premier League players, in 2026. Look at it. Look at him. Embrace it, drink it in, suck it up, and apologize if you have to. Look, there's more that we can expect from Viktor, but I'm so pleased for him. I think this is something that he should look at and that Arteta should show him and that the coaching staff should be reinforcing to say, Viktor, man, the first 3-4 months of your life at Arsenal were tough. They were a struggle. They were hard work, and he didn't look fit and he didn't look right, and he was missing, chances, and he wasn't getting chances. But now he looks a completely different player, and I don't think he's anywhere near the level that he was at Sporting, certainly in the second half of last season. When you look at his video comps of all the goals that he scored at Sporting, there are a huge variety of goals from outside the box, inside the box, left foot, right foot, volleys, low drives, top bin strikes. Like, he's got the lot. So finishing was never an issue. It was all about settling in. It was all about familiarity with the players, all about intensity of the Premier League, and can he manage to find space against deep blocks. His all-round game today, I thought, was really good. hold up play, target play as an outlet. One or two times, his first touch lets him down. I get it, but the Premier League is so unforgiving in terms of its ferocity and intensity and pace of the ball. But I loved it. And he's anticipating balls now, and he's anticipating movement. He gets involved. And do you know what? His mental strength is something that's to behold. He just keeps going. If he doesn't get a chance, he keeps going. If he has a bad first touch, he keeps going. Never hides. Never hides. And when you think about the sorts of players that you'd want to go to war with, if you like, that's the sort of guy that you want alongside you, who just gives his all, doesn't hide, always shows. We have a new channel member, Paul Taylor. Welcome to Latte Firm channel membership. Really appreciate it. There will be exclusive shows for you in due course, but all of the content is now available ad-free. Thank you for your support of the channel. Your contribution goes a long way, my friend. Refuse to work with betting companies. And of course, I recognize I've got some adverts as well on all platforms, but it is really, really great to have you here. Enjoy the content. Funny how Havertz has found Gyokeres more than our number 10s, and he's our other striker. Yeah, Havertz has, I think, potentially unlocked Viktor, our power forward, says Mikey. And they all do look better, Vlad, with Havertz starting. You're absolutely right, and we all love Viktor. No strikers are banging them in consistently in the Premier League. You're absolutely right. Arsenal fans do love Viktor. Adil, welcome, says, I can see him scoring a few important goals for us from till the end of the season, but I reckon he's going to go nuts next season. Imagine. Joel, come on. He's not stealing a living unless you're tongue-in-cheek quoting that. Missed the show. We'll watch it back. Come on, you Gunners. Title number 14. Great to have you in the house, man. Missed your chats throughout tonight's show, but do get involved. Watch on demand. And if you're listening on audio platforms like Apple and Spotify, leave us a kind review. Very, very grateful for you guys all tuning in. It's such a great community. So where it leaves us in terms of the league title race. Sorry, there we are. Top of the league. 25 games played. 17 wins. Goal difference of 32. So that's 6 better than Manchester City. I mean, that's worth a point. But there you have it. We are 9 points clear. City have a game in hand, but Pep's men will go to Anfield. And it's fair to say Liverpool have really picked up the form, haven't they? Florian Wirtz looking good. Hugo Ekitike looking really good. Arnie Slot, what have you got for us? What have you got for us? Arsenal tomorrow. We need that favour, Arnie. Come on, Baldylocks. Let's go. Deliver for me, please. I think we're going to leave it there. We've gone on for quite a long time, and I excuse again once I seek forgiveness from all of you guys for the doorbell shenanigans. But I guess when you order something and you're looking forward to a parcel and it goes to another house, you probably saw my light on and just thought, right, can I ask him for it? Predictions for Liverpool versus Manchester City. Chat, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? Ooh, I think Liverpool are going to win tomorrow. I really do. I think Liverpool are going to win tomorrow. I think Wirtz and Ekitike have got the bit between their teeth. Mo Salah's back, and I know he hasn't sort of been motoring. Pep's got a really poor record at Anfield. Liverpool, if they don't win, they are at risk of sliding down the table, and top 4 is really important for them. I think the fans are going to get right behind them. It's going to be one of those days at Anfield under the lights. I think it's going to be a great game of football. And the beauty of it is that we, as an Arsenal fan base, tomorrow we wake up, you have the flashback while you're sort of waking up and your head's on the pillow of the result from the day before. Get your lunch on, watch the first game, and then tune in with your feet up on the sofa, hopefully, and just sort of embracing the Super Sunday. Mohammed says 3-1 to Liverpool. Title number 14 says draw. I mean, a draw will do just beautifully, wouldn't it? Cinema Savvy says Liverpool 3, City 1. Both teams have to win. DJ D10's going for a handsome home win, 4-1. Not sure, Malcolm. I want to see goals. I want to see red cards. That would be great. Maybe 1 or 2 muscle pings for City, just because we've got them in the final coming up soon. Anfield is tough, says Jonathan. 3-1 to Liverpool. Thomas says 2-1. 2-1 Liverpool. Has anyone fancy City? Gosh, look at this. Karen says, I'm not jinxing it. You're absolutely right, Karen. 1-1. Liverpool need to win for top 5. 3-2 for Liverpool. I'd love to see 3-2 Liverpool. That'd be a great game. Lots of goals. The City midfield is poor, says Danny. It's going to be hilarious. 2-2, says Robert. 4-0, says Liverpool. Rodri red card, imagine. Right, just as I before I bid you farewell, the 400 followers, once again a shout out to Lay, who was so kind today, going to the Emirates for her second time. First game was Aston Villa, today was Sunderland. Both games won by a margin of 3. Thank you for your support on Patreon. Thank you for your cookies; they look delicious. Paul and Leon, great to see you in row 3 as well. Fantastic. Thank you for your support of the channel, and thanks for everybody churning up. I mean, listen, there's a lot of football to play, a lot of games to come, and they're coming thick and fast. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. I don't know how the season's going to end, but we just got to enjoy the journey while we're on our way there. So tomorrow, Manchester City go to Anfield. We'll be back. If City drop points tomorrow, we're going live tomorrow night. It just has to be done. And we'll have some other shows in the week. We'll have a Brentford preview. We'll have a match reaction video on the night of Brentford. It's a Thursday, I think. And then Friday, we'll be back with the Late Night Lounge. Do get involved in socials at Latte Firm on TikTok. Do drop the video a like before you leave as well. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a fantastic evening. Enjoy match of the day. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow once Arnie Slot's men have done the business. You'll never walk alone. Bye for now.